wait. The bar's got that swing. Glasses clink, hear the ice cubes sing. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. There's Troy laughing with his gin and a grin, telling stories about where he's been. Boomer's got whiskey, he's loosening his tie, chasing dreams under a midday sky. The bartender knows us, he's mixing with flair. Every sip's a moment we're happy to share. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for the day. The clock don't matter, we're lost in the vibe. Jazz in the air, feel the soul come alive. From martinis to bourbon, we're riding the wave. Stealing this hour, it's the freedom we crave. The sun's still shining, but we're in our zone. This bar's our shelter, our temporary home. One more round before the world calls us back. Savor the moment, keep the blues in the rack. We'll laugh and we'll toast till the afternoon fades. Memories made in these liquid escapades. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun. Our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon. Chasing that jazz under the high noon.
Salut and happy Tuesday to you. Of course, Tuesday means you survived Monday, so welcome to it. So glad you could be here today for liquid lunch with me today. Hope everyone is enjoying their midday. Big Al Presents says, hello, liquid lunchers. Have a great show, my friends. Thank you so much. Super appreciate it. One of the wonderful producers of the channel is now becoming my official marketing director. He says, like, share, subscribe, comment, and become a member, and you get Members Night at the movies. For the price of a cup of coffee, you get a month of Monday's worths of movies. Yeah. In other words, I actually don't even know if I have this listed in the members section. I really should. There's a couple of features that I don't even mention in memberships, and I should kind of let you guys all know what you're getting for your buckaroos. Yeah, every member is invited to Members Night at the Movies every Monday night at 8 Central, 9 Eastern. For a free streaming film. It could be an old classic. It could be something that just happens to be topical at the time. Sometimes it's something that's actually still playing in the theaters. And you guys tell me what you want to see throughout the week. I put up a poll, and you guys, choose between a bunch of different suggestions, and that's what we watch every Monday. So, And in addition to that, all of you that are members are probably getting sick and tired of seeing that Troy has mentioned you in a video. Every single time I post a video, every time I schedule a live stream, I tag all the members so that regardless of bells and notifications and all that kind of stuff, you all are made aware of a show going live that you've paid for, that I want you to have every opportunity to be here for. Like Connie Cleary is here saying, hail to the chat. Welcome. So glad you are here. And of course, I am always glad that Netter of Netters Network is here. She's physically here in this house with me, even though she's not here. She's up in her office at work, but she is taking a liquid lunch to say, like, share, subscribe, become a member, leave a comment, and perhaps give a gifty. And she calls me the love of her life, and I love her too. Hail all, smash the like button, and enjoy the show. Yes. Thank you, Jonathan Conroy. I love that he always reminds everyone to enjoy the show. With all the other things that we YouTubers ask you guys to do, enjoying the show is probably the most important. Because why would you do any of the other things if you don't enjoy the show? I should imagine, right? Let's see. And okay. Longest running superhero RPG on Earth. Good to see you, CK. Yes, you just got here, and I am so glad to see you. Well, today is Tuesday Thoughts. That's where I want to hear your thoughts. I want to know what you guys are thinking about. Do you have any questions for me? AMA, which does not oblige me to answer your question, but, I will make a good faith effort as long as the questions are reasonable. But what are you guys thinking about? What's going on in pop culture that you have been thinking about, had thoughts about? I didn't see one name in the chat that I usually do. He may be running late, but that's Mark Malnikoff. And he frequently says, Troy was right. Troy was right again. Troy was right. And, okay, what am I right about this time? You said this, that, and the other, and it happened. And I'm like, I don't remember saying that, but okay. But as I have pointed out to him, and he is starting to garner a reputation among his coworkers and peers as well as always being right and having this prophetic mind. And it's not ESP or anything like that. It's just having a little bit of wisdom, a good deal of rationale, right, and logic, observation, and being able to predict. You can predict the future if you know the past and understand it. It's not as difficult as people think. And being aware of your own biases, right? There's what you hope will happen, but what you know is most likely to happen, right? Do you think Halloween has become as or even more popular than Christmas? That is a hard one to answer because you really have to look at it from different perspectives, right? There is absolutely a segment of the population that considers Halloween, more popular. There are some that celebrate Halloween that do not celebrate Christmas, so forth. So you start getting granular with certain groups of people and whatnot. But if you mean overall in general, from a very, very secular perspective, I would say no. But I would say rather, and I've seen myself do this too, so, I'm not necessarily, making any value judgment on it. I think that many people I'm going to say the United States. I can't speak to all of Western society, but in the United States, I think the commercial mindset of the holidays has made it such that the holiday season is all seen as one thing. And it's pretty much from Labor Day to New Year. You know? And it's seen as all one holiday season. You know, from Labor Day, you just start gearing up. You start gearing up to Halloween, right? With the costumes and the parties and the spooky stories. And then from there, you get into all the harvesty stuff. Well, I mean, the harvesty stuff, that goes part and parcel with... There's overlap, right? So if you just decorate yourself in harvest theme, you will be on brand for Halloween. You will be on brand for Thanksgiving, you know, and then you just kind of start morphing it into Christmas. So more popular only with certain segments. But I think the vast majority are starting to see it all as one blended holiday season. My opinion, based on just my anecdotal observations. I've been thinking about the AI lawsuits. I've tried to make channel art like I normally do and got shot down, used actual comic art today and got far less views. I'm going to say this. Not all AI art is made equal, right? So these lawsuits are important because unfortunately, as it is, I kind of mentioned this a little bit the other day. Unfortunately, we have to keep fighting the same battles over and over and over again. Every time a medium changes. So you have a right to parody, right? That's covered under fair use. I can do a parody of Superman, of Captain Marvel, of Mickey Mouse, of anybody that I want to. And it doesn't matter if it's trademarked, doesn't matter if it's copywritten. None of those things matter if it's parody. If you're trying to make a joke, a commentary, a political statement, whatever, as long as it's transformative for the purpose of conveying a message, that's fair use. The problem is that what platform are you doing it on and what tools are you using? They have a right to say, well, our free speech is we don't want it done, so it won't be done, regardless of what the law is. YouTube says, you know, I don't want you talking about pew-pews. So you use certain words and, you know, we'll remove you. Yes, you have every right to talk about those things under the Second Amendment. Under the First Amendment. You have a right to own those things under the Second Amendment, but you don't have a right to talk about them on YouTube. And by the same token, I don't know what tool you use. Midjourney is the one that I use most often. If they say, you know what, you can't search for, you can't put into your prompt these things, they have a right to do that. But what you're talking about is lawsuits by, say, Disney or Warner Brothers against these applications. And that's a battle that has to be fought. Because if they win, if the companies win, they literally gut the very concept of freedom of speech, of fair use, and will absolutely destroy the ability to generate art. Now, what's the difference if you're generating it using AI or if you're doing it freehand yourself? It's still a parody of their character. The medium that you're using does not matter. Doesn't matter if it's a pencil or a paintbrush or a digital paintbrush, which effectively is what AI is. Let's face it, we're calling it something that it's not. It's literally just a art generation tool. No different from Photoshop. It's just got training wheels on it. I was watching a show on UFOs. That's really cool. Was it here on YouTube? Was it a YouTube channel? Hollow Thanksmas. Yes, I like that. I like that. Let's see here. And welcome, ussarn. Good to see you, my friend. Always good to see you. I use Bing Image Generator. I didn't know about that one. I use a bunch of different ones for different purposes. But the one that I actually have a subscription to is Midjourney. And I'm kind of keeping a close eye on their lawsuit because if they kowtow, I'm not going to continue to support them. Jason Fox of 540 Studios. Going to be hanging out with him on Thursday. Very much looking forward to that guest appearance. He invited me. I'm going to be there. So Thursday is going to be a very busy day for me. You'll catch it in the promos too because starting this week, right after Liquid Lunch on Thursday, I become a regular panelist on the Pop Culture Archivist channel. I just created a promo for that. And then later in the evening, of course, I'll be appearing on 540 Studios, which then goes right into Thursday Things on Netters Network. So it's going to be a very, very busy Thursday for me this week. Bing won't let me make Superman, Spider-Man, etc. As of Friday. Then I would stop using them. There's so many out there. This is going to become survival of the wills. It'll be the ones that do not roll over to the big companies, and you shouldn't continue to have any problems. But what you also need to maybe start thinking about doing is not saying specifically Superman, but you describe a heroic character in a cape, blah blah blah, and this and that, and then don't be afraid to touch it up in Photoshop when you get ready to use it. Let's see. And Sin's Corner. Hello, hello. Sin is a wonderful film reviewer and commentator. She has some really great insights, and if you are not already subscribed to her channel, you absolutely should. Regular contributor in the collection of, the collective, I should say, of content creators that do the mystery movie nights with deleted scenes and a number of others. She's a contributor to Criticless, and she's just really sharp. Someone you definitely should be following. There we go. Curtis Selby gets his lunch, and so he gets to join us. Well, I hope it's going to be fun. I hope I don't bring you guys down. Yes, I'm using Grok right now. Grok is... When it comes to writing prompts, I'm finding that all of these different platforms you got to talk to them differently. They almost have personalities. And I haven't quite gotten Grok's mojo yet. So I've had very mixed results with Grok. Grok, however, he's very good at helping me write... What do you call it? Write scripts, basically. Well, not scripts per se. So like when I do the promos that I play at the mid part of the show, some of that text is at least AI assisted. I'll describe the stream and have it put together, 30-second, blurb, and it'll give it to me, and it comes up with some really great wording. Sometimes it's like, that's not where I wanted to go, but I'm going to use this chunk of it because that's really good, Like I say, right tool for the right job. Greetings and salutations from I am the 13th child. I've come here today ahead of my scheduled audience with your lovely wife, Lady Netter, to admonish you for blah, 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 incorrectly saying my name. Yes, I am the 13th child. By the way, stay with me for at least the next 10 minutes or so. I'm about to play my promos, and I've got the promo talking about Thursday things, referencing that. Yes, I love to gab about movies. Well, that's kind of simplifying it. I say all these nice flowery things. Yeah, I like to gab about movies. Grok is weird too because it has good days and bad days. Yeah, this is the problem. This is another problem that I see in literally all platforms. Not just AI-related platforms, but like YouTube and X and all of the social medias. They'll go in and tweak some element of it. They'll either give you new features or they'll change the way features work. And it's just like a Windows update. You know, it completely screws everything up. And then they spend weeks trying to fix it again before they do another tweak that screws everything up again. It's really ridiculous. I've had mixed results with Grok. It is great at writing things. Yeah. I think it was Netter who was telling me this, that she used it as she was composing a business letter. And, look, you don't just generate a business letter and hit send. Because I know there are people that are writing articles in the media, using AI, not proofreading it, and it's sending it out there. And that would be like creating an AI picture and not looking to make sure that there was only 5 fingers and stuff like that. It is a tool. It is an assist, right? Right? If you are an artist and you want to draw a straight line, you pick up a ruler and use it as a straight edge, right? Well, that's what you're basically doing when you use AI to write a letter or create a picture or whatever. It's not the last step, it's the first step. Some days Grok thinks it's not allowed to do things. Other days anything goes. Yeah. And sometimes it's you just have to argue with it. Literally, you find yourself arguing with Grok. It tells you something. No, I don't think that's right. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, you're right. I was mistaken. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I thought so. I am not the 13th son. I am the 13th child. Gotcha. It is my moniker. Yes, I am a male. I just heard you get my name correctly and look forward to conversing with you and Lady Netter on Thursday. Fair enough. I regularly use ChatGPT to help organize my notes, thoughts, and about a movie, and I can use as a visual reminder of what to talk about during the reviews. It's been very helpful. Keeps me on track better. Yeah. The reason I corrected myself when I said I use it to write scripts, because I generally don't write scripts. I could write scripts, I could memorize them and then perform them, but that's just not how I do. I do, off the cuff, with the ums and the pause to thinks and things like that. And but yeah, exactly what you're saying, using it to organize my ideas, bullet point and stuff like that. Definitely would be good for that. There's no doubt about that. And really, what is that except, how is that any different than when you have a grammar check and a spell check in your word processor? It's basically the same thing, except looking at it more holistically. Instead of looking at each individual word for spelling, looking at each individual sentence for tense agreement and stuff like that and grammar. It looks at the overall thing and it says, it looks like you're saying this. You might want to rearrange it this way for a better flow of ideas and so on and so forth. It's really all that's really all that kind of AI is. You know, it's just an over engineered, you know, grammar checker. Let's see. I don't do scripts. It's not my thing. Feels way too unnatural, and I just don't like. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I was saying too. I use Gemini, and one day it tells me I can do this and that. I'm in 15 minutes later, and it tells me I can't do whatever I've just done. Yeah. And it's always been the programming problem, right? You know, where think about like child, what do they call it? Child safe, not child safety, but like content blocks, you know, to protect children and stuff. You can't look up certain keywords, but if the kid is working on a research paper, sometimes the word that you just blocked is perfectly relevant to the research project, and now you've hindered them. For example, I wanted to do a picture of Supergirl for a particular... The point was her changing identity from Linda Lee to Supergirl, or vice versa. I can't really remember which one it was. And it was something about describing a girl changing that, you know, it wouldn't do. And I'm like, I'm not looking for, you know, a state of undress. I'm looking for, you know, the whole, you know, pull open the shirt S thing. But I couldn't figure out how to communicate that without, you know, getting like... And then what's even worse is that very same... And I'm talking about Midjourney. The very same Midjourney, you know, I get a couple of things that are kind of close to what I'm looking for. That's pretty good. Let me get a variation on that. Okay, that's a little closer. Let me get a variation on that. And suddenly it's boobies. And I'm like, you just told me you can't give me that. Why am I getting this? You know, it's just absolutely... There's zero logic. They've somehow written logic out of computer programming. It's absolutely incredible. Everyone enjoy themselves a step away, but I hope to engage with you all this coming Thursday. Take care. Had to answer the door, came back to naked Supergirl. I missed the best. Rewind again. It's context is very important here. You know, I didn't. That was exactly. I didn't want naked Supergirl. I wanted the exact opposite, and there's. The nice thing about Midjourney is that you can, if there is something you're trying to describe, but you want to be very specific about it, you can go out to the internet, find a picture of that thing, and you basically tell it, start here, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. This person, you know, doing this with a bottle of this, you know, and so on and so forth, you know. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm sitting here going, the world, the internet is full of boobies. I don't need Midjourney for this, right? I would not go to Midjourney to see boobies, right? You know, just okay. I don't remember because I have an annual subscription. I'd have to look into it, and I'm not by any means recommending Midjourney. It's just what I know. You know, it's like so many of these other platforms and things. It's what I know, so I keep using it. And it's been convenient for me. I'll have to look into that. Why don't you send me a DM to remind me, and I'll look into it for you. Because I'd have to go like into my my billing or whatever and check that out. What was I going to say about that? Darn it. I need an AI to keep my own eye intelligence straight. All the promos I've been making for you, Netters and the others, all done with Gemini. Repeated attempts to get it just right. I have to argue with her. I say her because Gemini has a female voice. Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. And that reminded me what I was saying. So I discovered that Midjourney added an animation feature, which I thought was pretty cool. And I started playing around with it only to find out that it ate up all my credits for the month. And I'm like, damn! You know? So it's like, you had a feature, I didn't realize it was going to eat away all my my user time. Artist Alley at Comic Cons are going to end sooner than later. AI, which hurts. Yeah. Well, there's other things going on at the Comic Cons too. I was just watching a video about how the comic element of Comic Cons is pretty much dying out. And the cons are pricing out independent comic creators, and the independent comic creators are going and starting their own conventions. Yep, no worries. She sounds like Kate Beckinsale. Well, I see, this is the thing. I kind of wish with all these AI assistants and whatnot, you could change their voices, especially now because you can clone voices and, create your own. I mean, that's just what I need. Have the Echo Dot using Netter's voice. It'd be like, nope, just nope, whole bunch of nope. Yeah, Dragon Con just had a guy arrested for having AI art. I'd love to hear the legalities on that one. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get to those promos. That'll give me a second to get my thoughts together too. Think about any other questions you got for me that we'll pick up right after this. Give me about 3 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, 20 seconds.
You are watching Liquid Lunch, streaming every weekday at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Let's sip together. This Tuesday on Live from Sparkwood and 21, we delve deeper into the labyrinthine psyche of surrealist nightmare weaver David Lynch with some unsettling, hallucinatory shorts that reflect the origins and evolution of his singular style. Spanning his early experimental and painterly works, these films are replete with the sinister, uncanny imagery that could have emerged only from an artist so deeply in tune with his subconscious. Join us this Tuesday evening at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern on Deleted Scenes and Affiliates.
A killer robot, the final creation of Ensor's prize pupil Muller, is on the rampage in the base. Intent on total control of the universe, it needs Aurak to fulfill its destiny, as well as victims' heads for some reason. With Aurak and Slave working against them, can the Scorpio crew liberate themselves from this murderous headhunter? This Tuesday on Last Call presents Blake's 7, 10 p.m. Central, 11 Eastern.
This Thursday night, it's getting a bit spooky around Netter's Network as she sits down with a mysterious YouTuber you may or may not know. Netter will be discussing personal experiences with ghosts and hauntings with I Am the 13th Child this Thursday night at 9 Central, 10 Eastern on Netter's Network.
This week on Netter's Network Retro Cinema, when there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and Ernie Hudson, the Ghostbusters. It's a scary job, but somebody's gotta do it. This week on Netter's Network Retro Cinema, Saturday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern.
Every Sunday evening, Aged Boomer and Papa Pacelli bring you the rundown of the week's geek news, or at least what they think is interesting. You may have heard about it somewhere else, but Boomer and Pacelli put a spin on it you likely won't hear anywhere else. It's Geeky Geezers, every Sunday evening at 8 Central, 9 Eastern.
We now return to our liquid lunch.
ussarn G is talking about his chicken's eggs hatching, which means he's got a new brood, which is awesome. Yeah, if you have the means and the knowledge, it's probably long past time that you start doing a little bit of homesteading. Start yourselves a garden, start growing your own food, raise some chickens, because then you have control over your own livelihood. Not really trusting the government. I'll tell you something else about all this AI stuff. Going back to what, nope, I got ahead of myself. This idea of someone getting arrested for doing AI. There is very clearly a lot of people that have very strong feelings about AI. People pushing legislation, pushing, putting a stop to this. It's become like a witch hunt, and they don't even understand it. And that's the biggest problem. We have a lot of people that believe stuff that isn't so, and making legislation based on it. We've seen it with science that they don't understand, and technology they don't understand. They don't take the time to understand before they start making legislations. And they legislate out of fear of something that has nothing to do with what the reality is. It's very, very cart before the horse kind of situation. Or like trying to push a wet noodle. But as long as whatever laws they come up with are applied to everyone equally, right? No one is above the law, and we're not supposed to have a two-tiered system. However, a guy gets arrested at Comic-Con for having AI art. Be that as it may, I don't know the details of it. But meanwhile, Hasbro is using AI to generate its box art for its toys. It's okay to do it if it's Hasbro, but it's not okay for you to do it if you're a comic book artist, an independent guy, right? Let's see, what else has been going on? Hasbro moved its headquarters out of Rhode Island after having been there for 100 years. I'm pretty sure that there's probably a tax incentive reason for that. Lego Star Trek and the Next Generation is announced. I'm not a big Lego guy, but I guess that's big for some people. Longest running superhero. Action figures of... I was waiting for this. I was waiting for that shoe to drop. A-Team, Knight Rider, Airwolf. Incoming in 6-inch scale. Well, of course, in 6-inch scale, because that's what everyone's doing now, right? But I know all of those properties are owned by the same company, and we were just talking about a Knight Rider Airwolf $6 million man, shared universe thing that they're working on. So you better believe they're going to be marketing it. And if they get the marketing out there first, it builds a synergy. That's the way you go. That's the way you do it. Let's see. And welcome to the Horror King. Good to see you, my friend. And Leia Plus Size. Afternoon all. Sorry I'm late. Just got to lunch. Hope everyone here is good. Well, we hope you are good as well. What was it I was going to say? Oh, yep. I did want to reiterate that Thursday after, sometime between Pop Culture Archivists and Netters Network, I will be on 540 Studios, just as I mentioned at the top of the show. So hope you guys have the time to follow me around on Thursday and drop into the chats and say hi, make me feel good and make me look good to the channels that I'm on. What else was I going to say? Marketing. I was kind of poking at the fact that as part of the 59th anniversary celebration of Star Trek, they announced a gold model. Eagle Moss is putting out a gold chrome Enterprise G. I'm like, seriously, this is the big news? Really? Cobra, yep, we were talking about this on Sunday on Geeky Geezers. Cobra Kai creators making Knight Rider movie. Early rumor is like Cobra Kai, it will acknowledge the 80s stuff as continuity. Hod returning as... Hasselhoff returning as Michael Knight. I'm sure that was supposed to be Hoff. Possibly filling the role Devin Miles used to. Yeah, that would make perfect sense. God, that would be actually kind of be brilliant. The question is, what kind of car is it going to be? And will there be an appearance of the original Trans Am? Anyway, just, yeah. If you live in the area where edible sumac grows right now, is the time to be foraging your supply. It's high in vitamin C and has a nice tart taste. There you go. Know your herbs, because there are some very healthy ones out there, but there are also some very poisonous ones, and you do not want to confuse the two. If they are true to the shows, the character of Knight Rider, Airwolf, and Bionic Man, I think this could work. It sounds to me like if the rumors are true, not only are they going to be true to it, it's going to be direct successors. This is going to be like, all of that stuff happened in the past. Now this is what's happening currently. That continuity still exists. We're continuing on with new characters. It's very much like you said, the Cobra Kai model. Also, the Ghostbusters Afterlife, right? It's like, yep, these guys are still there. In fact, they're even going to be a part of it. But we're going to start telling the stories of the next generation, so to speak. Star Trek: The Next Generation did the same thing back in the late 80s, early 90s, you know? Interestingly enough, Firebird seems to be hinting they are making a comeback, so Kit might be a Trans Am Firebird. Well, we'll see. It would be great synergy. But the other possibility is if Elon comes up with something that's significantly sporty looking, you know, it could really... Look, whatever car company it is, if they have a good enough looking car, you know, to be just snazzy, like, man, I'd love to have a car like that. That would be brilliant marketing. Just saw a new Camaro, 2026 or 2027, something like that. I'll have to see what the new Camaros look like. My uncle has a 63 Camaro. I love that thing. Love it. Was it 60? No, 67. 67? Yeah, I think it's 67. Saw the new Conjuring movie in the cinema. I'm looking forward to seeing a deleted scenes review on that last night, and it was a pretty good movie. I would recommend anyone check it out while it's in the cinema. Yeah, I have a lot to get caught up on with that whole Conjuring series, to be honest with you. With our luck, the Jaguar advertising firm will market the new Knight Rider. No, I don't believe that the guys behind Cobra Kai would be too fired up about that. I don't foresee that happening. At least I sure hope not. And look, I mean, if you're in the multi-million-dollar business, maybe you pay attention to what these companies have done before. Oh, you worked for Jaguar? Oh, screw that. Don't want anything to do with that. Oh, you worked for Bud Light? Don't want to have anything to do with you either, and just want Kit to be sleek. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. I dislike the 2000s Knight Rider because a Mustang has a very different vibe. Not into the muscle car thing for Kit. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. In fact, it would be kind of funny if there's a mention of that, right? Like the AI or whatever that's in the new car is like, and we have to, I would imagine it's probably going to be an AI related to the AI from Kit. So, talking about, yeah, I was a muscle car for a little while. That didn't work out very well, in about 2 hours from now. Okay, well, good. I'd love to hear what you thought about it. Okay, here we go. Sin. Saw The Conjuring last week. It wasn't nearly as good as 1 and 2, unfortunately. There was quite a bit wrong with the writing. I didn't totally hate it, though. I mean, sometimes some of the movies that are coming out, I didn't totally hate it is sometimes, the best you can say about some things. And it's actually, considering how low the bar is, that's actually saying something, Alien is coming back to the cinema on Thursday, and I'm hoping to see it, even though it looks like it's only on at 8 p.m. Yeah, you got to go when you can go, Elon Cybertruck is very cool looking. Just recently, I've noticed a couple in my area, one chrome and one white. But I haven't seen it. I've only heard that there's some sort of a sports car looking kind of thing that they've got out there too. Yeah, that Cybertruck looks really like futuristic, like something you would have seen in the 70s or 80s if they were setting a movie in the future. But which is fine, nothing wrong with it. It seems, utilitarian, which you would expect with anything called a truck. But yeah, I'd like something a little bit, sleeker looking. Alien is fantastic on the big screen. It holds up so well. Yeah. The only film I'm excited for is Tron 3. Fingers crossed. Yes, fingers crossed, because it could also be, what the f did they do this time? Oh, there we go. Big Al presents 10-word review on The Conjuring. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Because we are getting close to the end of the show. Let me copy the link. I'm going to forward you guys all the Big Al Presents review of this when we finish up here. Just because. Let's see. What do I got to do? I got to go redirect to... here we go. Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Diddly-dee, diddly-dee, diddly-dee-dee, doo ba ba da ba ba da ba da ba da da ding. Why is it not letting me share? Copy. It's not letting me forward. Let's try this one more time. Can I search for it? Can I go by Big Al Presents? Big Al Presents. Apparently not. It's entirely possible, Big Al, that you don't have it enabled for people to forward to your channel. So I cannot forward them to your review. So guys, you're going to have to go ahead and click on that that link. And Big Al, look in your features and your settings so that in the future I can forward people to you. I had to walk Wilky's Movies and Music through the process. It's just a click box. Just allow people to forward to you. I just recently found out Salty Cracker doesn't have that enabled, and Viva Fry wasn't able to forward his channel to him. So it's a missed opportunity if you don't. I don't remember if you have to check it or uncheck it, but be sure to do that. Okay, take care, CK. And I'm just wrapping up now anyway, so no big deal. And Nate says, I view AI generators as a tool and nothing more for us content creators and just for fun, but it will never replace good old-fashioned human creative entertainment. Well, it really is part of it, right? I mean, it's no less creative than like I said, Photoshop or something like that. It's an equalizer. It allows you to generate a thumbnail that you know is more visually appealing than you could do on your own, without having to worry about running afoul of copyright. Right? It's an original piece of work. Regardless of who you want to attribute it to, it's not something that can be claimed by someone else. That's why it's important. And with YouTube constantly hitting me for copyright claims that I have to constantly refute, it's easier to just create your own using an AI. It's original. It's not copyrighted by anybody. Everyone can go F themselves, you know? That's what it comes down to. Welcome, Lester San Jose. I am just wrapping up here, getting ready to say my goodbyes. Tonight is the big night, right? Because live from Sparkwood in 21 at 7:30 Central, the short films of David Lynch, followed by Blake 7. The episode is called Headhunter. Guys, I want to thank you all for sharing your liquid lunch with me. I really do appreciate it. I just love being able to hang out with you guys in the middle of the day. It's probably the best thing I came up with for this channel was a midday get together with you guys. So you guys take care. Whatever you're doing, do it excellently. Drink responsibly, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Goodbye. Hope to see you again real soon.
So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun, our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon, chasing that jazz under the high noon.